junkyard. Hey kids, welcome back. And I'm out in my garage, as you could tell. Got the old F1 behind me, just taking up space. It's cold, I have a coat on. I wanted to go over some things today. I actually get asked this a lot, more on Facebook than anywhere else. How do you get all those parts? How do you get all those trucks? So I typically have a decent collection at any given point in time of crawlers, to be honest. Some of those I've traded for, some of them I've sold other things and bought. Other ones I've pieced together. There's a lot of them. I use all my own money. Well, I use all my own money for everything. But there are quite a few where I've done custom builds, where I've bought everything, brand new and have done it that way. But part of the thrill of this hobby, for me anyways, is buying and selling. I also like buying and getting things for free. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to show you a couple things I've done to get free parts. Vanquish wheels, chassis, you name it. I have a ton of Desert Lizard shocks, which everybody seems to love. I don't use them all that often, but I bought a lot of rigs that have them and just kind of take them off. And I'll put them in a gigantic pile, and then when I get so many, I'll sell them off. But how do I get those for free? Well, first rule is going to be a little bit of patience, because you're not reaching out to companies and asking for free products. You're not begging people on Facebook to give you anything for free. You're looking for deals, and deals are out there every single day. I am going to go over a few of the deals I've gotten and show you some of the things I've gotten for free or discounted or with little money into overall. And the ones I'm going to show you are great deals, I think. You might run across good deals a lot. You're not going to run across great deals. RC crawlers, to me, are like, the market is very similar to, well, the truck market of the truck behind me. Real cars. People have their favorites. You're going to see which ones sell better in your area. Some sell for more than others. There's higher demand for some than there are others. The TRX4 Sport and TRX4 regular trucks are pretty big in the area I live. There's a lot of people that have those. A lot of people that have SCX10s, Capras, and those types of trucks. For whatever reason, the area I live in, RC four-wheel drive products do not sell very well on Facebook Marketplace, which is where I usually get a lot of my stuff. I like to buy from the local market. It's usually cheaper that way. You can get more on eBay. You can find more on eBay. But you can usually get cheaper local. So I don't try to lowball per se. So if somebody wanted $600 for something, even if I thought it was extremely overpriced, I'm not going to come in and offer them $300, especially on the day that they listed it, because it's probably not going anywhere. Because if they think their truck's worth that much, they're not going to come off that price immediately anyways. What I'll do is take something that's on Facebook, maybe it's a little higher than I want to spend, or a little higher of a price than I even think I can offer and get at a lower price, and I'll save it and I'll watch it. Sometimes I just pick one type of truck. I was buying and selling and breaking down TRX4s and TRX4 Sports for about a year. Those were the biggest trucks I focused on. And then if I did find the rare RC four-wheel drive in my area, it would sit and wouldn't sell, and I would scoop those up for what I would qualify as a steal. And I'm going to go over one of those deals too. So if you're not really familiar with the RC market, especially the crawler market, pick one. Just pick one product that sells a lot in your area. Look on Facebook Marketplace, type in RC crawler, 1/10 crawler, type in Traxxas, and just look and see what comes up local to you. Set your radius, how far you're willing to drive to get one, and watch it. It's like, you're going to see it's just like the real car market. You're going to see people listing them way above what they're worth. You're going to see sometimes people listing them below what they're worth, and you can snag those quick. But most of the time, you're going to see them listed right around what they probably should sell for. And then you're going to see, and you're going to sit, and you're going to wait, and you're going to be patient. especially if it has upgrades, because like the real car market, you don't get your return on upgrades, people. If you have $1,000 in brass on a TRX4, you're not going to get $1,000 for the TRX4. You're not going to get $800 for it. Maybe somebody's going to comment and say, yeah, I've got that. Maybe you have. 99.99999% of the time, you're not going to get more than $500 for a TRX4, and that, my friends, is a high price. I have been buying TRX4s for the past couple years now, off and on. I switch to all kind of different stuff, but they're one of the products I watch, whether it be the Sport or just the regular TRX4. You can get them all day long between $200 and $300. If you don't believe me, well, in my market, I should say. Your market might be a little bit different. I am in Western Pennsylvania. A lot of people run TRX4s. A lot of people run Traxxas products. They're great. You can get a lot of parts for them. People buy them. And a lot of people quit using, their RC truck. And it sits, or they need money, or whatever the case is. And they sell it to guys like me. So, let's go over the first thing that I got. Actually, I got this totally for free, and it's a Vanquish set of wheels, an older Vanquish set of wheels, and I'm going to show you those right now. The Vanquish wheels. Now, these tires did not come on them. I got these tires from a different rig, but I'm just here to show you the wheels. These tires weren't free. I'm not going to try and pretend and lie to you guys that, yeah, I got these pretty much brand new tires for free. I didn't, but the wheels I did, and the wheel weights came with them. I don't know if I'm going to keep the weights on or anything, but I have them currently sitting on this truck, which we're going to go over, which is part of one of my discount items I received. But these wheels, they were sitting on a TRX4 with the K5 Blazer body, the black body. It was a little bit on the beat up side, the body, but the truck was in nice shape, and it had these wheels on it with a different set of tires that I've long since got rid of, but he also had the stock wheels with it, which was nice. Now, this truck I had watched for a while, and it set on Facebook Marketplace. You can see I have all four. It set on Facebook Marketplace for quite a long time, actually. And one of the reasons I think it set for so long is because this guy lived in a bit of a rural area compared to where I'm at now. So for me, it was a 45 or 55-minute drive, give or take, one way just to get these wheels, or just to get the truck itself. And I don't think a lot of people from out this way wanted to drive and get it. I mean, he was in the middle of nowhere. I watched this truck drop in price over time. It was $500, then it was $450, then it was $400, then it was $350, then it was $300. This dude dropped this TRX4 to $250 with these wheels. And I messaged him and said, I will give you $200 today if you'll sell me that truck. And he said, done. Done deal. I picked up the truck, not even exaggerating, gave him the cash, took the wheels off. I resold the truck on eBay because I knew I could definitely just at least make my money back with fees and have this free set of wheels. I actually made $50 on the truck and got free wheels, but and I'm not even, I just put it on eBay, put it at the price I wanted after fees, just to make sure I was going to clear even, and got it. But I actually made $50. So I was paid $50 to take these wheels, which pretty much paid for the used tires that are on them. So I did get the wheels and tires for free technically, but this was just to go over the wheels. And now we're going to go to this truck. This is an Element Ecto, and you can see, like, this baby is brand new. It has never been driven. And it actually, if you look closely, that's not the stock chassis on there, is it? No. It's a Rock Pirates Interceptor chassis. That's a reef servo. I actually put that in there. I still have the stock servo though, so let's just pretend the stock servo is in there. This truck, let's look at the underneath too, and you're going to see, like, there are no marks on that skid plate. None. So, I have the chassis sitting over here too. I saw this. Another place you're going to want to look are the Facebook groups you belong to. I belong to a lot of low center of gravity chassis groups. I try and join like every Traxxas TRX4 group, every Element Ecto, anything I can find crawler related. I am pretty much a member of it. Watch your sellers on those pages though. You only want to deal with the people that are highly rated, and you want to pay goods and services. Now, to get the best deal on this truck, I had to pay via PayPal friends and family, but I is a trusted seller, done business with before, super great guy. The truck stock with the stock chassis, never been ran, stock wheels, stock tires, $275 shipped. I said, done. What else do you have for sale? He just so happened to have this chassis along with a bunch of SSD brass, which as you can see is not on the truck. And he had Rock Pirate body mounts, or I'm sorry, shock mounts that would replace these stock ones that you see here on a stock Ecto. Not sure why he had those. For another $200, he said I could have it all. So for $475, I got the brand new Ecto that's never been driven outside that I can see. A Rock Pirates Interceptor chassis, the Rock Pirates body mount or shock mounts, and a ton of SSD brass. All brand new, all in the package, gets shipped to me. Immediately locally, I sold these shock mounts and brass for $100. So that brings my $475 total down to $375. Swap this over to the chassis here. Now, my goal is to own this truck. I'm going to keep this one for as low as I can. I'm backing up here. Sorry, camera's getting weird. I wanted to put the body on here so you can see it. Like, that body is like untouched too, guys. It's nice. I don't have it on the mounts, but you get the idea. I want to keep this truck. I like it. It's cool. I think it'll be a cool trail truck. It's got a custom chassis, and I have $375 total into this truck. I still have the chassis. I still have the shock mounts. I still have the skid plates. I still have the stock servo, and I still have the stock wheels and tires, which are brand spanking new. I think I should be able to get between $50 and $100 for all those extra things, which would bring my total owed and paid on this custom chassis truck to, let's just call it $300. Even if I didn't get the full 100 for all that stuff, I'd have $300 into this fully custom rig, which at $275 for a brand new Ecto is pretty good. I mean, these things are what, $400 brand new. But $275 for the custom lower center of gravity chassis. I mean, everything's in great shape. I like to do that. I like to own these kind of trucks for the least amount possible. And as you can see, it's pretty clean. It's pretty nice. And if I chose to sell it at $400, I'd still be making money. And I'd still be, you know, doing a favor for somebody else too. That's another thing. If I buy them cheap enough, as long as I'm breaking even, making a couple bucks, I'm not trying to, you know, how can I say this? I'm not trying to gouge the market. I'm not trying to make people pay through the nose for it. So now, let me clear all this stuff off and go to the final thing that I pretty much have another bunch of free stuff for. So you're probably thinking, what in the heck is this garbage mess I'm looking at? Well, hey, this is my RC four-wheel drive C2X, and you are looking at it in the RC junkyard. What do you think it's going to be? So, yeah, like I said, this is an RC four-wheel drive C2X. This is the full chassis with bumper, electronics, transmission, transfer case. It's got the skid below. It's got the plate up top. It's the full chassis. And there are both axles and desert racing or desert lizard shocks. Everybody loves them. and all 4 wheels and tires. So I got this as part of a package deal. It was 2 complete trucks for $500. I told you RC 4-wheel drives don't typically sell for great money out this way, and these ones had sat for a while. One was an RC 4-wheel drive Trailfinder 2, and then this RC 4-wheel drive C2X. Both full trucks, both ready to roll, and both good to go, really. I mean, overall, decent shape. The Trailfinder 2 I resold immediately for $300. Okay, so that leaves $200. I also took the body that was on this one, the C2X body, which is a 4-door Hilux Mojave 2 body, and it had a little bit of a crack in it, which wasn't bad on the side, but I did a worn paint job on it, which if you want to know how to do a worn and faded paint job or even add rust, check out my paint job video. Did a paint job on it, just used paints I had, didn't really, spend a whole lot of time on it. I sold that body and interior, complete body and interior for $100. So, out of the $500 I spent on both rigs, I got $400 back, and I still have all this mess. Okay, I'm going to keep, because this is not the motor and ESC that came with this truck, as you can see, but they are brand new, supposed to be, and they look it. I'm going to keep those, and I'm going to keep the receiver and transmitter, and I do not think I'm going to keep that servo because I don't think it's a very good one, and I'm going to get rid of the winch and bumper. I need to make up $100 to break even and have these items for free. Let's just say just the motor, ESC. I could even sell the receiver and trans if I wanted to, but I want the motor and ESC for another project I have. Realistically, I should be able to get $100 for everything left on this table minus the motor and ESC all day. And that's what I'm going to do. I mean, even the shock hoops, I could tear this all the way down and sell it piece by piece if I wanted to. I'm going to get $100 for this stuff on the table here. And I'm going to be at my break-even point, and I'm going to walk away with a motor and transmission. You might say, that's a lot of work to do for a motor and transmission. Or, I'm sorry, a motor and ESC. And it is. And in all reality, I'm probably going to make a few bucks on this. But it's going to give me a free ESC and motor to put it in another project. And if I sell that other project in the future, well, I'm going to have less overall money into it had I bought an ESC and motor. I'm probably going to keep the receiver and trans too and use it as well. And that's just another free item. I could even keep these Desert Lizard shocks and put them in my shock pile. Like I said, I take and I usually wait till it gets to about 5 or 6 sets, and then I sell them off all as one lot. I don't know, $100 sometimes, 150, whatever. Just depends on how many I have, what condition they're in, and how many extra springs I have. But every so often I'll be popping those off too. But you can see how, especially if you buy a couple trucks at a time, you can grab some free parts. And in all reality, I'll probably keep these wheels and tires too. Why not? Maybe even sell them for a little bit of extra money. But you can see, really, it's not that hard to get free parts in this hobby, or to reduce your overall cost of a truck in this hobby by just buying and selling on Marketplace or buying and breaking down. There are people that make a nice side hustle just chopping these things up, basically pulling everything apart and selling it piece by piece. I won't say anybody's names because nobody's paying me, and why endorse somebody that's not going to pay me? But if you search enough on Facebook, you're going to find some pages that are chop shops, and they have online auctions, even live auctions, where you can buy all kind of parts like this at a reduced price than you would brand new. Yeah, there she is. So there you have it, peeps. Do a little wheeling, dealing, tire squealing. You have yourself a couple free parts, free truck eventually if you play your cards right. But don't be that guy that comes in and goes extremely lowball. I hate it when people do that. I'll have something on Facebook, and I'm gonna be honest, I do hate selling on Facebook, but you're gonna get, there's no fees. So when I sell it on eBay, I got to jack the price up to at least a starting point where after they take their fees out, I'm going to get the money I want. Never fails. I'll list something for 300 bucks that's worth 350 all day. You know what I mean? Somebody will come and offer me 170. Give you 150 today. I got cash. I hope you got cash. It's only 300 bucks. You get the idea. All right, peeps. See you next time in the junkyard.
RC Junkyard.